Hi everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw Obi Wan Kenobi from Star Wars. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Alright, I'm off to the side a little bit here because I'm going to have him flying through the air. I'm doing something a little more exciting for the Jedi. So I did it for Anakin and I'm doing it for Obi-Wan. But you know what? Ooh, you know what? Let me redo this. Let me think about this because I want his arm out. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. Maybe. Yeah, maybe I want to redo it. I'm going to redo it. Let's redo it. Because... Or I can scoot it over. I don't have to redo it. Because, yeah, I want his arm like way out with the lightsaber. So, right. This is why it helps to sketch and sketch and sketch. If you watch any of my other tutorials, my how-tos, if you will, how-tos, how-threes, and how-fours. Oh, I'm hilarious. I talk about sketching a lot, and that basically I just throw a lot of lines down until I'm happy with where they're going, where they're taking me. And this is why, for specific things like this, is that, you know, every now and then it's going to change up, and it's going to, you know, be a little different than just standing still, standing stoic. Even though that's a great pose, and I do that quite a bit. You know, this making it different, doing something, you know, out of the box, so to speak, or out of your comfort zone, as I hear a lot of people like to say, it creates, you know, something new, some creativity. So what I'm trying to say, what has taken me a long time to get to, is that you can sketch. Bring this arm in a little bit more. Sketch and sketch and sketch until you finally get it where you want, and then you can add the fine detail. But you have to, you know how to place it. So when you do the sketch, like I'm doing, you can look at it and say, oh, but you know what? If I do it like that, if I put this here, if I move that over this way, it's gonna fall off the page for what I want to do. So that's gonna work because I wanted his lightsaber out and flying through the air. So that's a much better position than if I would have had him where it was, because the lightsaber would have fallen off. So that's okay. That's perfect the way it is. So yeah. So let me just, I like the pose here. So let me add a little bit of detail and get us to where I want to take us. All right. So is everybody watching the Clone Wars? Good. Awesome. It's not on right now as of this recording. I record these way ahead of time, so I have plenty of time to dance around and clean my room and do all the fun stuff that we all like to do. So as of right now, it's not on. But I'm excited. I'm ready for it. So by the time you watch this, I will be watching it. And yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be cool. So yeah, unfortunately, this might be the last season. I mean, hey, at least we got this, right? You know, there was talk of it never happening again. So you know, I'm happy we got this one. But man, I want more, you know? And I'm really hoping with The Mandalorian and you know, the success that it's having, that Disney is going to say, you know what, I think we should continue this. I think we're having success here and we can make some money, because that's what they really want to do, is just make money. And I'm not saying that in a bad way, because they are a business, they're a company, that's what they have to do. But I'm just saying, I hope they see that pile of gold that they're sitting on right now and make more. Because even though I'll try not to go on a rant, even though some of the movies are not exactly what any of us wanted, it's still another movie. And someone asked me on here, like, what did I think of The Rise of Skywalker, and I said, like, you know what, it's got its flaws, and it did some things I wish it didn't do, but you know what, it's another movie to watch, and that's good enough for me. So I'm happy with that. So yeah, so what I'm saying is, even if I'm not happy with everything they do, that's okay, because it's not all about me. It's not about what I want to see. Yeah, so I really hope that they see the success this is having, and a lot of people need to work. Not a lot of people will be able to work on the animated series and whatnot, and it's good for business all around. Keeps people in jobs, keeps me in Star Wars, and it gives me new lightsaber opportunities. Because who doesn't want to own more lightsabers? Okay. Not bad. Let me just add some more detail here. All right. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna throw that out there like that. There we go. All right, so let me draw this hand real fast. There we go. Let me paste it out a little bit better. There we go. So this hand, I'll talk more about it too when I'm doing the ink, is basically just holding a lightsaber. And it's going to be basically just that. Just you're drawing that shape with the hand and the thumb just kind of out, because the way I have them posed, that it's not like this. It's not the knuckles. It's basically just that. That's it. That simple. So I just have to get that to look right, and then oof, that looks kind of odd. So therein lies the trick. Getting that to look right. And as funny as I was like, no, it's simple. You just draw this and done. Boom. Yeah, it's right there. But apparently I can't do that. There we go. That's what I wanted. That's the look. Okay, so then I can draw his lightsaber like this. And what I'm gonna do, just for a straight guide, that should help me when I draw the lightsaber as to where that's gonna go. Yeah, so sorry I went quiet there. Let me just add a few more details. Like, let's see, his hand, I guess we're just gonna kind of float the fingers out there, because it's mostly covered up by his robe. Like that. There we go. So I think we're ready. I think I'm ready to jump over to the Sharpie portion and welcome everyone that skipped, but I need to erase some of these lines. So, sorry if the camera's shaking too much. So I'm just gonna lightly erase some of these sketch lines, and that'll leave me with just the thicker, more confident lines, because we always want to work with confidence, right? Okay. And plus I want the Sharpie to stand out, not really the pencil lines. So, ooh, that might be too much there. I better back off. Okay, I'm ready to go. I'm gonna switch over. So, welcome skippers, welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because I do a drawing every day, and you can join along and have some fun. I'm gonna be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen, mostly the fine point, but the pen's a little finer than the fine point. It can find the things that the fine thing can't can't quite find. So, I'm gonna start off with the Sharpie pen. I've already sketched the entire thing out, and I've erased the lighter lines, and what's left is a little bit of a darker ghost of an image that I can work with, and I'm going to build off of that. So I'm going to start off with his eyes, just to make sure I've got him where I want him, versus the way the head is turned. So I'm just going to draw his eyelids first and see if I got them right. Okay, there's one, there's two. And that works from the way I have his head, because you want to have him, you want him level, you know, and then whichever way you have his head turned, you got to have him the same way. So I'm just going to build off of this, and I'm going to draw his iris right around like this, do another one like this, and I'm going to just hit it just a few times for the pupil, just like that, because the thing is, working with this Sharpie, it's going to bleed. As tiny as this is, it's going to start to bleed. So if you're drawing with a pencil, you don't have to worry about stuff like that, but I know what's going to happen with this, so I'm trying to be careful. So that being said, I can also only do so much of the eye, so I'm also going to draw just a little bit of the under eye like that, just kind of imply that it's going underneath, because I'm going to let the iris, the bottom of the eye, imply the bottom of the lid right there, and then work off of that. So let's see, he's kind of a scowling, angry, not angry, but furrow-browed Kenobi. So I'm going to draw his brow like that. Okay, and he's got a very prominent forehead line right in between both of them. So I'm going to do the same thing over here. Just going to bring it up like that, kind of a furrowed brow. So not so much angry, because he's Obi-Wan Kenobi. He doesn't get angry, right? He's just concerned or frustrated. Okay, and I'm going to draw his bridge of his nose just a little bit like that. And I'm going to build off of this now. So I'm going to draw his nose. I'm going to draw his nostrils. I'm going to come down here, just like that, and I'm going to build off of this. So again, I want to draw more of it, but I have to be careful because this is going to bleed. So let's see what we can do. Let's try to pick and choose a little bit of lines that we can draw here. And that's it. I don't think I can go any further than that without it bleeding. Maybe I'll accent this nostril a little bit more, like that. But I need to stop because, again, it's going to start to bleed. And he has other features that'll stand out and help me hide a few things. So he's got his beard, his old mustachioed beard. We're going to go ahead and give him a little part in the middle like that. Something like this. And I'll go ahead and draw the bottom part. Since he can't really see his lips because of it, we can kind of get away with doing something like that for his top lip, you know? And his bottom lip, really, too, the same thing. We don't have to draw much because of his mustache and beard. So we're just going to kind of draw like the little divot where it connects right there. And then I'll reconnect more lines over here like this. And if you notice, I'm not really drawing the entire thing. I'm just kind of implying where it goes into his mouth or onto his skin, because we'll do something like that, because we want it to like blend into the skin. You know, we want it to look like it's hair. And so the same thing here. I'm just going to kind of draw some hair lines and build my way up. And let's see, let's go ahead and draw his temples and the side of his ears, just so we know where we are. To his cheekbones, and so his jawline is going to be pretty much like this. And we're just going to, like I said, imply a few hairs. I'm not going to draw them all. I want to, but I want color to take care of some of that too. So I'm just going to give you a little bit like that, and I'm going to walk away. I'm going to leave that like it is and just let it be, because that way I can blend the color of the beard into the face, and it'll look more natural. Okay, so I'm going to give him an ear, and draw one over here too, might as well, like that. And so then I can draw a little bit of his sideburns, like that, and give him his hairline. So let's see, let's give him his hairline. So part like that, and I'm going to draw his hair kind of parted on the side right there like that, and then we'll play around with the edges. Okay, so we're going to part it up there. We're going to come down here and do this, something like that, and let's do the top of it here. So we got these kind of going back, so these are kind of something like this, and that'll also let me determine how much I need to work on up here, like that. There we go. Yeah, a little more over here. It's a little lopsided. We can fix that. All right. Awesome. How's yours coming out? Beautiful. Okay. Gonna just thin him up a little bit. Got a little chubby cheek with the way that beard is. So I think that's all I want to do with this Sharpie. I want to switch over to the big Sharpie now. And so I'm going to thicken this up a little bit too, because that big Sharpie is super thick, and you're going to see what I'm talking about in a second. It's called a fine Sharpie, but woo, man, it's finely thick is basically what it is. That's the best way to put it. So I'm just trying to match what's about to happen, the way it's going to look. Okay, let's go. All right, so I'm going to start off with his robes and just work my way out. So he's kind of jumping through the air. If you didn't stick around for the drawing, I'll just kind of explain that he's jumping through the air, and I'm kind of going for more dynamic Jedi, because I just did Anakin, Ahsoka, and I'm going to do more since the Clone Wars are going on right now, and I'm just trying to do something a little different, a little, like I said, a little dynamic. Okay, so I'm going to draw his robe coming in like this. Tuck it in over here, and it's going down, but he's got the big V wrap around here first too. So let's go ahead and bring it from here down to about right there. That's where his belt is going to be, and I've got his arm up a little bit, so I'm gonna kind of raise this one up just a hair. Okay, so we'll do the same thing over here so you can see where we are. Gonna bring it up like this. Okay, so see how this one is more down and that one's up? It's just from the arm positioning I have them in. So let's go ahead and close them all off so we can build off of this, okay? All right. Okay, and so now I'm gonna close it off for the first wrap. And that's gonna be where his belt is, basically. And let's go ahead, and I'm gonna do this all over, but for now I'm just gonna show you just a little bit. I like the accent of the thinner lines, so we're not gonna do all of it, but we're just gonna do something like that, just to kind of show off that, you know, there's a lot of lines and beautiful creases in his robes. And if you know me, if you've been watching this video, you know I love creases and folds. It really brings cloth to life, you know? So you don't have to do exactly like I did, but just, you know, playing around with the creases in the robes with a thick and thin pen is just a beautiful, beautiful thing. All right, so there are these robes underneath the V robe, so I'm gonna finish that off up here like this, and that'll go into his belt. And so now we can build on his arms. So let's go ahead and do this one since we're over here. And this one's just hanging down. And so it's, because it's a robe, it's pretty much just cloth. Pretty simple. I got it going over the build of his arm and over his hand like that. Coming back up. And so now I can just do something like this. And I did that little stair step to kind of accent for, close that off. I didn't see that there. To accent for creases like that. And I'm not going to do a whole bunch, but like I said, like I was talking about with those, that it's just fun to add a few, you know? Color will do a lot too, but I just wanted to add a few of them like that. All right, so his hand is pretty much covered up by his robe because it's such a long arm piece. So I'm just going to draw the edge of his thumb into his hands, or his fingers, like that. And this other one down here like this. And the other ones are just kind of like behind that. So it came out a little thicker than I wanted there, so I got like a really thin looking finger. So I'll see if I can like bring this side out a little bit just to kind of accent it. Not much we could do at this point, but it's okay. All right. So that kind of bugged me. I want to add that real quick. All right, so let's do this one over here. And this one is pretty much the same thing, but it's going to have a lightsaber on the end of it. So again, I'm just going to draw, and I'm imagining that this part of, I call it the V of his shirt. I'm imagining that as a little higher and in the jumping motion. So I'm going to bring his shoulder down to about right there. And again, just kind of make some bumps for cloth. But see how by doing something like that, it looks a little more dynamic. It looks a little more actiony, that you moved the shoulders with the arms and gave it movement, basically. All right, so I'm gonna do the edge of this robe sleeve like that. All right, so same thing. Just gonna add some creases and folds. Not too much, but enough to make it fun. All right, let's stop there before we go crazy and draw them all. Okay, so this hand, I have, ha 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 ha, like that? You like that? This hand, I have pretty much like this. So all we're really drawing is the, kind of like that. So all we're really drawing is the thumb underneath holding it and then the finger on top, because the knuckles are kind of over the fingers, and so we really can't see much of it anyway. So I'm going to draw the top of the hand like this to the knuckles, like that, and then that's going to be enough for this finger coming in like that. It's going to be over that part of the lightsaber, and that's going to leave his thumb like this. Like that, something like that. So a little bulbous there. I didn't mean for it exactly to be like that, but that's okay. We'll just kind of add extra hand lines like that, okay? And then we'll just kind of imagine it like this. Connect that there. That's the knuckles. And there, that's not too bad. Looks like a bird though, doesn't it? Look at it. Looks like, caw, caw. Okay, so now I'm gonna draw his lightsaber. So what I did earlier was I drew a line to give me the flow of it, but I've got his hand, the sketch ended up a little different now. So I'm gonna reposition that real fast just to make sure I've got it in the right place for my eye. I like the way I had it before, so there you go. So that flows it out there with just a little bit more. So now I'm gonna draw his lightsaber, and I'm just gonna do a little something like this. Nothing too perfect, just what I imagine his lightsaber is. And see, that's still not perfect. It could have been done a little bit better, but I'm gonna go ahead and cap this off. Add some lines like this. And again, color is going to take care of more of it than I could, but I'm just going to add something like that. I'm going to extend these rings out a little bit. Okay, and so for the blade, I'm going to draw and pick up, because I want the color to take care of it. I don't want to do it with just this black line, but I want you to do a little something. So I'm going to take that line that I did and follow it. Let me erase my old one real fast, just to give me a guide of what's straight, you know, how far to go, so I'm not drawing out like this. So I'm just going to start like that, pick it up, go down, pick it up, go down, about right there. That looks about good to me. So let's do the same thing on this side. So I'm going to explode where it comes out and follow that, pick it up, go down, pick it up, go down, and cap it off. And there you go. So it's light, because it's supposed to be light. I didn't really want to put a hard edge down, you know. That's kind of the whole point, is it's a light saber. Not a full saber, it's just light. Okay, let's draw his belt and the folds and get going on the rest of him. So he's got his little pouchy belt like everybody has. Everybody's got a little extra something right there where they keep their juice boxes. And the reason I did it all weird and scraggly like that is because they have little extra stuff all over them, and it looks like metal versus leather versus I don't know what. And so I just kind of wanted to give it its own life, you know, a little something. Okay, let's give him a little pouch where he keeps his little snack packs. And I bet he likes cheese nips. That's what he keeps in there, cheese nips. And he, you know, every now and then a little Jedi snack, just to keep his wits about him and keep his strength up, you know. All right, close that off, and I'm gonna do the bottom of the robe. He's got like a whole wrapper underneath that, so I'll add some robe lines, something like that. Okay, and so for the V thing, I've got it kind of flowing up in the air. So I've got this one kind of like this. Like that. And the other side we'll just kind of do like, not so dramatic, but just a bit like that, you know, underneath it. And then there's the shirt that's hanging down. So that's just going to come in like this. And again, because he's jumping, I have it kind of dynamic and out, okay? And so this one we'll do the other side over here. We'll just do like that. Flow it up behind this one. Like that, okay? So before I go on to the legs, let's just accent some of those. So the same thing, I'm just gonna kind of throw some lines in just to accent the cloth material. Okay, same thing over here. And I like doing stuff like this because I really appreciate costume design and how much effort a lot of people put into these movies. It's not just the actors, it's not just the director. A lot of people put a lot of time into the way this movie looks and the cloth they use and that kind of stuff, and I really appreciate that. So I like to give it a little nod, give it a little something, and go, yeah, I get it, guy. You were awesome, or woman, you know, you creator, basically. All right, so we're just moving on to the legs, and they're just kind of flowing out. So I'm gonna draw his pants. Let's see, his legs flowing through here, so all we can really see is like that right there. There's gonna be his knee down to the boot. Okay, and this one kind of flowing down like that to the boot. Same thing. We're going to draw the edge of that boot there. And again, I'm going to draw some creases and folds, some lines and bends that he has in his pants because of the stress that the flying and Jedi-itude is put on his pants. Okay, we'll say like that's the knee, something like that. Kind of a weird bump. I didn't mean to make it like that, but let's see if we can fix it. That'll work. All right. Okay, so now let's just draw his Jedi boots. So this leg I've got kind of tucked in, looking down, like that. There's the front of it, coming down like this. I'm gonna give him a little Jedi heel. I'll add some detail on that in a second. I'm just gonna draw this boot over here. Come down. Do this side too. Tuck it in, down to the toe. All right, you're seeing the top view. That's why it looks like that. So now, let me just add just some stress on the boot. Something like that. Same thing here. I'm gonna come in, tuck it in a couple, do something like that. Do one of those, and that's it. I say we take care of the rest with color. So that is Obi Wan Kenobi from Star Wars. So here is my colored version. You could do it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button to be updated about each new video.